the zoning, the zoning board of appeals meeting is now officially called to order. Can we have a roll call?
Member Anderson?
Here.
Member Brown?
Here.
Member Houston?
Here.
Member Clyde?
Here.
Member Littlefield?
Here.
Member Sullivan?
Here.
Member Steinberg? We have one.
Okay. All right. Has everyone had the opportunity to read the minutes from the last meeting? Can I have a, do we have an approval of the minutes? Anyone care to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. It's been properly moved and second that the minutes from the last regular meeting, October the 28th, 2025, be approved. And were there any communications this month?
No,
Do we have any communications?
no, we don't.
We don't, okay. Is there anyone in the, do we have any old business?
No, we don't.
Okay, so we can move on to the cases. The first case is case number 25-10. And in this, this article has to do, I mean, this request has to do with a deviation from the zoning board, zoning ordinance. And were there any communications this month?
No,
Do we have any communications?
no, we don't.
We don't, okay. Is there anyone in the, do we have any old business?
No, we don't.
Okay, so we can move on to the cases. The first case is case number 25-10. And in this, this article has to do, I mean, this request has to do with a deviation from the zoning board, zoning ordinance, and that's to extend the front of the lot further than the front building line. The applicant is requesting to install a fence that extends beyond the front building line. Do we have anyone in the audience that has anything to say on this thing, so we can have the presentation by the relatives?
Good evening. So I'm Casey Coffin with Barton Mallow. We are coming here today to seek a variance for the ordinance which allows for the fence to extend beyond the primary facade. We currently have several operations in the Oak Park area, and we are looking to expand our campus. So we're creating a campus scenario, and we're looking to secure the facility and the safety of our staff. We're looking to be able to utilize the campus in a manner where we go back and forth between buildings, and this will allow us to make sure that everybody's safe and the property is secure.
Okay.
Are there any questions?
Does anyone have any questions?
And just to be clear, the idea would be to have the fence around the entire campus to kind of lock in like any equipment and materials that you've got
Correct.
inside. Okay. Just want to clarify that.
Good.
Okay. No, I don't have anything else.
Anybody else have any input? Anybody in the audience have anything to say on this matter? Okay, can we have a motion?
Yes. I move based on the information presented in the staff report and additional findings of fact discussed during the review of case number 25-10 to approve the request of Casey Coffin on behalf of Barton Mallow Company, 13,000 and 12992 West 8 Mile Road for a variance from the requirements of section 308 fences, walls, and other protective barrier standards of the zoning ordinance to allow the installation of a fence that extends towards the front of the lot farther than the front building line facing Fern Avenue.
Second.
Can we have a second on the motion?
We have a second.
Anybody? Can we have a second on the motion?
Yeah, yeah.
She's second, I didn't hear you, sorry. Okay, so it's been properly moved and second that his request be approved. Can we have a roll call on the subject?
Member Leatherby?
Yes.
Member Sullivan?
Yes.
Member Anderson?
Yes.
Member Brown?
Yes.
Member
Jackson,
Yes.
and Member Clyde.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. We always appreciate the expansion of business. Browbeating that you went through this evening, sorry about it.
Okay, now we have the second case, which is Neil Grandson, our Rand Construction, and he's here on behalf of Wilmus and Lillian Schwartz Education Center. It's located at 2341 Coolidge Avenue and at the corner of Balfour. There are several requested zoning deviations. The first one is Article 5, Division 4, for educational institutions of the zoning ordinance requires that all buildings to be set back 50 feet from any property line. The applicant is requesting to reduce the new additional yard setback to 42 feet from the north and 10.1 feet from the east. And the second deviation is in regard to Article 5, Division 4, Section 557.F.4. The educational institutions of the zoning ordinance requires that all areas for student and staff parking to be set back at least 50 feet from the abutting residential district or use. The application is requesting to reduce the new western parking lot setback to 2 feet from the west and 2 feet from the north. And the requirement, based on the ordinance, is 50 feet, so that's a significant deviation. And then Article 2, Division 2, Section 215.D required conditions of the zoning ordinance requires that the total area of the impervious surfaces not to exceed 70% of the lot area. The applicant is requesting to increase the impervisions and surfaces to 77%. So who's here to represent this particular? Okay, can you state your name and address?
I'm Neil Ganshorn, the applicant from Rand Construction. We are 1270 Rickett Road in Brighton, Michigan. Just some background on this, if you have the overall site plan with you. Obviously, there's, having a school on a residential parcel is allowed in the ordinance by special land use, which we have through the Planning Commission a few weeks back. But this parcel, as you can see, the buildable area with 50-foot setbacks for schools leaves like basically no useful space left over. With 110 foot of total depth, it leaves 10 foot to put an entire building inside there. So it's just a bit of a difference between schools being allowed in a residential district versus a master ideal version for a school or a campus or a university having 50-foot setbacks and having more of a campus effect where there's parking around it and the building is set back from all the side yards. So it's a unique parcel because this is right along Coolidge and it's zoned properly for a school, but these three specific portions of the residential zoning ordinance are a little bit in conflict specifically on this parcel. So in some ways, we're planning to improve the area. On the north side, the building will be set back more than 50 feet because we're going to be purchasing that house, or we've already purchased the house, and we'll be tearing it down to be able to put the parking lot there. So that will be, the next parcel will be even farther than the ordinance requirement, but even the existing building is non-conforming in that it can't fit inside the 10-foot narrow space to be built. So that's why our three variances are just based on the overall lot dimensions, being a very tight lot, and our relatively small expansion and parking for that expansion. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Granson?
Just one, it's not really to do with the variance, just so I can visualize this in my head. Is the plan to just expand on the existing building, or is there gonna be any change to the building? the
There's no
existing
change to the building planned right now, especially on the inside or outside. The new building the exterior is pretty harmonious with the existing, so it's gonna build on it. It's gonna be more modernized. The existing building is from probably 6 or 7 decades ago. And the new building builds on the side of it, but there's some updates to landscaping. There's no change to the existing building.
So it's going up on the north, like, expanding on the north, and then tearing down the house that's on the west
Correct.
and turning that into a park.
That's exactly correct.
Okay.
And then the parking lot will be screened. It is a tight lot setback from those sides, but it'll be properly screened between this school use and the adjacent residential use. So very similar to how it is now. There's a tall fence. This will be a masonry screen wall, so it's safe, impervious. It's vehicle proof. So
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
Quick question. Where will the entrance to the parking lot be?
it'll be the exact same spot that it is now. It's a one-way drive that goes through from this side currently, because this currently is not on this site, but the entrance will be out through here. Everything else will be flowing out the exact same way it currently is. It'll create a little bit better traffic scenario, because right now the drop-off is through here. We'll have a bypass drop-off lane instead of having a drop-off right next to it. It'll improve everything in general.
Any more questions? Yes.
Not a question, but a statement. As a member of both this and the Planning Commission, I can say that there was a substantial showing from members of the community at the Planning Commission. There was not one voice in opposition. I mean, that, I think that the record should state that. The community was quite
Yes.
okay with this. Matter of
Thank you.
fact, many of the people promoted it.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, can we have a motion on the subject?
Whatever, I'll go 2 for 2. Based on the information presented in the staff report and additional findings of fact discussed during the review of case 25-11, I move to approve the request of Neil Ganshaw Rand Construction on behalf of Wilmos and Lillian Schwartz Education Center, 25401 Coolidge Highway and 13630 Balfour Avenue for the following 3 variances. A variance from the requirement of section 557 F2 to reduce the new addition yard setbacks to 42 feet from the north and 10.1 feet from the east. The zoning ordinance requires 50 feet. A variance from the requirements of section 557 F4 to reduce the new western parking lot yard setback to 2 feet from the west and 2 feet from the north. Zoning ordinance requires 50 feet, and a variance from the requirements of section 215D to increase the total area of the impervious surface to 77%. The zoning ordinance requires a maximum of 70%.
Okay. Okay, so do we have a second of the motion?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and second that his request be approved. Or can we have a roll call on the subject?
Member Anderson? Yes. Member Brown? Yes. Member Houston?
Yes.
Member Clyde?
Yes.
Member Lepovic?
Yes.
Member Seligson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
So your motion's been approved, or your request has been approved, so can you get started. Is there any other business to be discussed, or anybody have any questions? So At this time, can we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Mendel, you could do that.
Okay, so the meeting is adjourned, and,
All right, thank you.
Thank you.